Good morning, students. We are back again for the geography class 9th standard, and today we are going to go to the second lesson. But before going to second lesson, I would like to ask you certain questions. Okay? You tell me that what are the natural calamities which take place which disturb or destroy the human property. Name some of the natural calamities. Okay, good. Yes. Flood. Yes. Earthquake. Yes. Tsunami. Okay. Volcanoes. Okay, very good. Tornadoes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cyclone. Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay. Now, this what you have named them, these are the things which cause vast destruction. Okay. Now, what I want to tell you is some are within the Earth's interior part called crust, or from within the Earth it comes, whereas others are on the surface. Now, if you see, tsunami is on the surface, water body. Cyclone also surface. Tornadoes also surface. Flood also surface. Earthquake from the interior. Volcano again from the interior. Got it? You see exterior from above and from below. So basis on that, today we are going to learn the second lesson of geography, that is endogenetic movement. What you call endogenetic movement. And what we spoke about flood and all those things. Okay, flood, tsunami, cyclone, they are called exogenetic movement. Sorry, exogenetic movement. But that we learn in the next chapter. Okay, endogenetic movements. Let us take the endogenetic movements. Read the following news above, observe the photograph, and answer the question. Nepal devastated. Okay, about Nepal getting devastated is given. Why? Because of the powerful earthquake rocks Nepal, nearly 1500 killed. Second is big tremors. Number of dead, India 53, Tibet 12, Bangladesh 2. Why? Because of earthquake. These are the questions which are given there. Okay, which you have to answer based on looking this cutting. Hmm? Now I'll read that some of the things. Various natural events occur on the earth from time to time. Example, floods, storms, snowfall, extreme rainfall, etc. Similarly, because of the movements below the earth's surface, natural events like earthquakes and volcano eruption occur. For the organisms living on earth, these events are disastrous. These events are what? Disastrous. There is loss of life and property because of natural calamities. In this lesson, we will get introduced to these endogenetic internal movements. Internal movements means if you see, I'll give you example. There is a noise which is within your stomach. It's called internal. External means the pain on your body outside. Okay, hurt which you have got here. But internal is within. Got it? Okay. Now, if I tell you to arrange books one above the other, I tell you to remove it, the lower level, the whole thing will shake. Whole thing will shake. Okay? Arrange your notebooks on each other. Place 3 to 4 objects like chalk, duster, hmm, sharpener, eraser, etc. on them. Okay, like that. Hmm. Now quickly take out a notebook without affecting the other, according in figure 2.2. Without. Mhm. Observe what happens. Discuss in the class. Same thing. Now you slide push to this structure. Now observe what happens. Then again give a hard push. Observe what happens. Carry the discussion on these activities. Arrange the notebook and keep chalk, duster, sharpener, rubber, etc. on them as in the previous figure 2.3a. First, just you have to pull it. Okay. Secondly, you have to give a hard push. Then see how it happens. That means what you call slow movement and sudden movement. Okay, there are two places where slow movement is there. When there is slow movement, it is not more harmful, but when it is sudden movement, it is too much devastated. Okay, let us see. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Earthquake and volcanoes occur because of the instability in the interior of the earth. Why it happens? Because of the instability in the interior of the earth. This instability is created due to the movements occurring in the earth's interior of the earth. Generally, the movements in the earth interior occur in the upper layer of the mantle. Okay, you might have gone or studied the different levels in the interior of the earth. Okay, so the upper layer, that is the mantle, most of the interior movements occur over there. Tremendous energy is released by radioactive materials in the mantle. What is there? Tremendous radioactive materials. These energy waves travel from one place to another. Radioactive wave means waves. Now, if you see around us, there are some waves. So when you put on your radio, what did you? You just turn your button, correct? Rotate that round button. So and try to put it on one vessel. 98.1 FM, 98.2 FM. See, 1, 2, that is a wave which it is connecting. Due to such a flow of energy, instability is caused in the mantle. Okay, since this energy wave moves from one place to another, there is a flow of energy, and instability is caused in the mantle. The movements are classified on the basis of their velocity, direction, and the landforms they produced. Now, this speed of energy which moves from one place to another, they are based on the velocity first, then the direction and the landforms they are produced. Let us see. Classification of internal movements. Okay, basis of classification and movements. First is basis of classification is, as I said, is velocity. What is the slow movements? How the movements are slow, occurring continuously, like formation of mountains and continents. Now, what happens here due to velocity? What is the slow movements take place, and due to slow movements, what is formed? Formation of mountains and continents. B. Sudden movements. First is slow movements. Second is sudden movements in the form of events like earthquake and volcanoes. When slow movement takes place interior, then the what is found? Mountains and continents are formed. But when there is sudden movement, what happens? Earthquake and volcanoes are formed. Direction. Direction there are two. Horizontal means down, and then vertical, straight upward. That is called upward movement. Upward, downward movement, like that, and like that. Horizontal. Okay. Third is landforms. Continent building, creating continents, plateaus and islands, and mountain buildings, folding and faulting. Two things are formed. Continents are formed like that. Mountains and buildings are formed. Mountain building is done like that. No, mountain is formed like that. Clear? See, first one is slow movement. When the slow movement is formed, what is that? A slow movement is what? Horizontal. Slow movement is like that. So horizontal movement. And when horizontal movement, what is formed? Continent building is done. Sudden movements are like where earthquake and volcanoes are happening, and where upward downward direction. And what is that? Mountain building is done. Now let us go to the first movement. It is slow movement. The effect of slow movements can be seen in the form of formation of mountains and continents on the Earth's crust, as I said to you. This can be explained as follows. Effect, pressure, tension. The direction of wave movement. Waves moving towards each other. Okay? Each other. You can see this side and this side. Tension, waves moving away from each other. One is in this one is in opposite direction, same direction. Effects on hard rocks. When it is hard rocks, you can see faults are formed. And this you can see how this fault is formed. This is one above the another. This is separate from each other. Effects on soft rock. What you can see is you can see folding like that. When the pressure is in the interior side. Here you see when the pressure is outside side, the piece is broken. Here it is folded. Okay, understand that. This is fault is formed. Fault means it is broken. Here it is folding, and this is fault plane. Okay, fault means gap is made. Fault. See, fault is formed. Here it is folding upon something. Let us take mountain building movement, that is orogenic. Mountain building movement, that is orogenic. Okay. Take a 30 centimeter long paper strip. Place your hands on both the ends of the strip. Move both the hands towards each other, giving pressure on the strip. Observe what happens to the strip. Okay. Now see, this is the 30 meter where you have kept your hands on both the ends. Now when you what you do is you move in the both move in the same direction. When you move this in the both direction, what happens? It is formed. Compression. You see, far away. Now you are taking it close, so this will form in this shape. So when it is formed in this shape, what is formed? Mountains are formed. Folding. Okay. Geographical explanation. In activity 1, the strip was moved by placing hands on both the hands like that, both the ends, no, and you take it up. So folding. Okay. The work performed on the strip at the time is called compression. Pressure was given on the center of the strip from both the ends. As a result, the strip moves and folds are formed. Similarly, due to pressure on Earth's crust, movements are generated and folds are formed. That is why fold mountain is formed due to folds. And the biggest fold mountain or the young fold mountain is our Himalayas. Energy is transferred from the interior of the earth. Because of these energy waves and pressure working towards each other and in horizontal direction, the layers of the soft rocks form folds. If the pressure is very high, large scale folds are formed and their complexity increases. As a result, the surface of the earth gets uplifted and fold mountains are formed. The Himalayas, the Aravallis, the Rockies, the Andes, the Alps are the major fold mountains of the world. Figure 2.6 A and B and figure 2.7. Here you see how the folds are formed. You can see compression is in the inside. This is folded part of a mountain. You can see above no. Okay, see here one more image of the Himalayas and adjacent area. These are not Himalayas. You see, fold is formed. Okay, fold. Activity 2. Now you take First we saw the fold. Now we are going to see the fault. Take a long strip of thin paper. Hold one end of the paper in your right hand, hold the other in your left hand. Pull both the ends away from each other. Observe what happens to the paper. Yes, like that you are holding the paper and then you pull the paper opposite direction. What will happen? It will tear in between. That is called fault. In activity 2, tension is created when you pull both the ends away from each other. Similarly, when movements occur in opposite direction to each other, tension is generated and faults are formed in the earth's crust. Earlier what you were seeing, not tension, but it was coming in the same direction when the energy was moving in the same direction. Now here the energy is moving in the opposite direction. When it is moving in the opposite direction, tension is formed, and this tension leads to what? Faults. Okay, and what are created here? What was created? Fold mountains. Here it is created. What is created? Block mountains. Block mountains. And when we speak about block mountains, we have two block mountains. That is, we have first will be rift block mountains and rift valleys. Okay, let us go through block mountains. Because of internal movements, horizontal waves moving away from each other are formed. This causes tension on the layers of rocks. These leads to formation of fractures in the rocks. These are known as faults. Fractures means broken. See, when you get fracture, when your bone is broken, and how the bone is broken? Because it has been dislocated from one to another. Okay, dislocated, no, then become that faults. Similarly, these are known as faults. Similarly, waves coming towards each other in hard rocks also form fault due to compression. When a part of the earth's crust in between two parallel faults is lifted, it looks like a block. Okay, you see, you can see this block is gone up. Why? The pressure is coming here together, so fault is formed. In figure 2.9, such a landform is known as block mountain. The hilltop of block mountain are flat. See, this is flat, but this is gone now. In the early stages, they do not have any peaks. Their slopes are steep. For example, Black Forest Mountain in Europe, the Meghalaya Plateau of India. Figure 2.9b has also been formed in the similar way. 2.9b. It is flat and one part of that is raised up. Okay. Now take three notebooks of the same size. Hold them on tightly on a table, keeping a distance of 2 to 3 centimeters. Remove the two notebooks on each and away from the central one. Observe what happens. Draw the diagram emerging because of the notebook in your own notebook. Okay. You have to keep one like that, distance like that, and like that. And then when you pull, what will happen? This will go down. When horizontal movements on the Earth's surface act in opposite direction, it causes tension on the rocks in the Earth's crust. When tension increases, fractures develop in the rocks. This leads to formation of faults. Consequently, rocks on both the ends slide and the continuity in the layers of rock is not found. So there is a rift valley happening here. Here what is happening? Occur in the opposite direction to each other. Okay, in the opposite direction to each other, tension is generated, whereas here it is in separate direction. Sometimes two fractures, rift valleys. Okay, sometimes two fractures develop side by side in the earth's crust. The land in between the two fractures subsides. This subsided deep part is called rift valley. See figure 2.10 AB. Both the slopes of a rift valley are steep. For example, the Rift Valley. Okay, the Rift Valley. Here you can see these two valleys, Rift Valleys there, no? Part of the mountain only, but that is gone down, and that is why you can see the Rift Valley of Narmada. Then the Rift Valley of Africa. The Rhine River Valley, Rift Valley of Europe. Second part we speak about continent building, that is aperogenic movements. First we saw was orogenic movement. Orogenic movement started where mountain building movement. Now we have continent building. First, okay, continent building, and first another one we got mountain building. The mountain building is due to what? Sudden movements, and continent building is due to slow movements. Slow movements occur towards the center of or from the Earth's center towards the Earth's crust. Because of these movements, a vast part of the Earth's crust is uplifted or gets subsided. When the part of the Earth's crust is uplifted above the mean sea level, continents are formed. Therefore, these movements are called continent building movements. Extensive plateaus can also be formed because of such movements. If the originally continental portion of the crust subsides below the sea level, it forms a part of the sea bed. Sudden movements. Now this was all slow movements. Now what about sudden movements? Spoke to you about two movements, slow movements and sudden movements. What we saw was of slow movements. In slow movements we have the formation of what you call mountain building. Second is continent building in the slow movements. And the sudden movements we have earthquakes and volcanoes. So now let us go to the sudden movements, that is earthquakes and volcanoes, that we will go through. Okay. Sudden movements. In the beginning of the chapter, we have discussed and studied the news item on earthquake. Earth means the ground and quake means trembling. Earthquake is the movement of the earth's crust. You have been acquainted with the magnitude and effects of the earthquake through the activity at the beginning of the chapter itself. Now we will look at the sudden movements called earthquakes and volcanoes in the earth's interior in detail. Earthquakes. Because of the movements occurring in the interior of the earth, tremendous tension is created in the earth's crust. When the tension goes beyond limits, the energy is released in the forms of waves. This results in trembling of the earth's surface. That is, earthquake occurs. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured by Richter scale. Okay, means what? How much is the velocity? Means how much is the earthquake? How what do you call devastating is the earthquake, or how terrible is the earthquake, is found out through the Richter scale. Causes of earthquake: moving of the plates. How earthquake is caused: colliding of plates, plates sliding one below the other, forming of fractures in rock layers due to tension in the interior of the earth, occurring of volcanic eruption. These are the causes of earthquake. Here you can see simple seismograph and graph. Okay, simple seismograph, gram and graph. This is how we come to know the earthquake. The measure comes over here. Okay, it this rotates and this gives you like that. Okay, how much far? The more bigger, the more what do you call sudden movement is there. That you will see over here like that. It will show. This is the more sudden movements. Simple. This primary waves, secondary waves, and the L waves. That is the surface or L waves. Now let us see what is this. Okay, focus and epicenter. Now when earthquake takes place, there is some focus from where the whole thing begins or erupts. Okay, that is called focus or an epicenter. Because of the movements occurring below the earth's surface, tension is created and it keeps on accumulating. High energy is released at the place where this tension mounts up. This is the center of the earthquake. It is called the focus or hypocenter. Energy waves scatter in all directions from this center. The place on the Earth's surface where these energy waves reach first is called the epicenter of the earthquake. It is the nearest place on the Earth's surface from the focus and it experiences the first tremor. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. Okay, you can see there. This is the focus where the epicenter, and then you see the waves are moving in different direction. Okay, first one. When the tension is released at the focus, the released energy travels in all directions. You can see energy traveling in all direction. Okay, this energy comes towards the Earth's surface in the form of waves. The seismic waves can be divided into primary, secondary, and the surface waves. I told you no seismic waves, primary or P waves, primary or P waves. These are the first ones to reach the surface of the Earth. Okay. Surface of the earth after the energy is emitted in the earth's interior. They travel at a very fast speed from the focus of the earthquake in radial direction subjected to a P wave. Particles in the rock move in the direction of wave to and fro. The wave moves to and fro. Therefore, these waves are also called forward backward waves. It moves to and fro. Okay, like that. So it is known as forward backward waves. These waves can travel through all the three states, as liquid state, solid state, and the gaseous state. But while traveling through liquid medium, this direction gets changed. The direction gets changed when it goes through the liquid. It is because of the primary waves that the building on the Earth's surface move back and forth. Because the primary wave, what happens? The building is moving front and back, like that shaking. Secondary or S waves. The waves which reach the Earth's surface after the primary waves are called secondary waves. These waves also scatter in all directions from the focus of the earthquake. Their velocity is lesser than the P waves. It is very speed is very less. The particles lying in the way of these waves move up and down. Earlier primary waves was forward and backward. Now this is up and down. Okay, up and down in the direction of energy transfer. These waves can travel only through the solid medium. First the P waves could travel through all the three mediums. Okay, but now this one can travel only through solid medium. They get observed as they enter the liquid medium. The buildings on the Earth's surface move up and down because of these waves. These are more destructive than the P waves. Earlier was only front and back, but up and down means lot of destruction. And the last one is surface or L waves. These waves are generated after the main P and S waves reach the epicenter. They travel in the direction of the circumference of the Earth around the crust. They are highly destructive. They are very highly destructive. Now, how do we find out what is the way, how much bigger the earthquake has taken place? Is through seismograph. Gram. Through this instrument, a graph showing movement of seismic waves, seismograph can be generated. After studying this graph, the magnitude of the earthquake is known. Means how heavy was the earthquake or magnitude. Figure 2.11 shows a simple seismogram and a seismograph prepared from it. Now, with the help of a modern technology, advanced seismograms have been designed. With their help, even micro seismic waves can also be measured. Earlier, only what we could measure was only the waves, only the seismic waves. But due to today's modern technology, we can also find out the micro seismic waves. Okay. Hang a heavy bag or a pouch on the hook and a spring balance as shown in the figure 2.13. Hmm? Pull the bag down and release it above. Observe the spring and note the movement of spring. When you pull it and lift, you can see the spring going up and like that, no jam. That is called the experiment of the weight. As shown in figure 2.4, make the student stand holding the ends of a rope. Ask one student to give a jerk to the rope by pulling it up and down with hand. Observe what happens and then note the movement of the rope. See. Then one give jerk. Up and down it will become. Okay. Spread rangoli on a large plate. Flick on the lower side of the plate slightly with your finger. Observe what happens. This is the rangoli. Just flip. You will see that it moves up and down. Okay. When you put up. Effects of earthquake. What are the effects of earthquake? Cracks, fractures develop on the ground. Okay. Crack causes landslide, which leads to sliding of rocks. Sometimes the groundwater changes its course. For example, wells may get water or may dry up. Some areas get uplifted while some may subside. Tsunamis are generated in oceans. These waves can cause great loss of life and property in the coastal areas. We have already seen that. We have already experienced over there. In snow covered areas, avalanches may occur. Snow, no one you have not experienced. It's very terrific. Building collapses and loss of life and property occurs. Transportation routes get disrupted. Communication system collapses. Okay. Now next is what is volcano, which you are going to learn. Hot, solid, liquid, and gaseous materials are thrown out from the mantle of the earth onto the surface of the earth. This process is called volcanic eruption. During this process, ash, water, vapor, various types of poisonous and inflammable gases, hot molten magma, etc., are thrown out. When the molten magma comes out on the surface, it is called lava. On the basis of this type of eruption, volcanoes can be divided into following types. Now, this you can see what comes out through that. Okay, so the vent is called lava. On vapor is there, ash is there, various type of poisonous inflammable gases are there, hot molten magma are there that form the lava. Now there are two different types of what they call how the earthquake erupts. First is to the central type or the vent is this conical, okay, conical volcano. Another is through fisheries, okay. Means when it is speaking central type of conical means the volcano erupts only from the center, but when it called fisheries means from anywhere it erupts. Okay, when it is conical, when it is central, then it forms a cone shape. Okay, lava falls on all the side and cone is formed. Fisheries means it spreads out. Let us say central type of conical volcano. During eruption, the molten magma comes out through a pipe-like vent inside the Earth's surface. The lava spreads around the mouth of the vent when it comes out. As a result, cone-shaped mountains start forming, and conical volcanic mountains are formed. Mount Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania are examples of central type volcanoes and conical mountains. See, now here why this cone is formed? Because of the volcano is only from the center. And when it is on the center, the lava falls on all the four sides, on all the direction. And as a result, what happens? Cone is formed. Okay. Now see fisheries type volcanoes. During eruption, when the magma comes out from a single vent but from many cracks. It comes from single vent but from different cracks. Okay. Fisheries. It is called fishery type volcanic eruption. The molten material coming out with the eruption spreads on both the sides of the fissures. As a result, volcanic plateaus are formed. The Deccan Plateau of India has also been formed due to such a type of volcanic eruption. See figure 2.7. See, vent is one, but then you see from different part volcanoes are coming out. Here volcano comes only from the center part. That is why cone is